Battlefield of Eternity again, our second best of one of the day. Still the early rounds of the 5th qualifier, everybody. And we got Team Copium against Team Ash. Yeah, Team Copium is called 5 Shots of Copium. That doesn't quite fit on my scoreboard, so we renamed them a little bit. But let's see how far they can go. They were actually signed up for a couple of the tournaments already, but I don't think they ever made it far enough so that we actually casted them. But they got my boy Alfredo over there. And yeah, I'm interested. Marlo is playing for them. We have Casper in here, Nano. So it should be an interesting match now that they're going up against Team Ash. As already explained in the previous round, Team Ash is pretty good this season. Now, they might not be able to take Team Wat down or the Chili Donuts or the Hardos, but they definitely want to get a spot in the top 4. And one of the things that they're currently doing is they participate in pretty much every single qualifier that we have, which makes it a bit easier for them to rake in a few points. The interesting part is that after the last map, immediately Vala gets banned out, so I think that Team Copium had a bit of a glimpse of what exactly went on there. Johanna still gets banned. For me personally, it's more so a question of whether or not we're going to see that Anduin and Genji composition again that we had previously, so that might happen. And yeah, that could actually be pretty good. They got so much value out of that combo. The light bomb engage with Genji led to several teamfight victories for Team Ash on the last map and the last round. So maybe we're going to even see a ban on one of the parts of this combo, or maybe they're picking something away. But first we're getting Rega eliminated. Now the question that remains, of course, is what happens to Stukov. Is he going to be banned or do they let him through? Didn't have any problems dealing with him in the last match. But again, you gotta ask yourself, what do you want to risk here? And they ban Chromie! Middle of a target ban against the blue team. Okay. First big time. Stukov, yes or no? Could go for Hanzo, if you're just looking for someone that does serious immortal damage, and he's still very strong. Another hero that we could see on the map is Li Ming, of course. She wasn't part of the last Battlefield of Eternity game that we saw, but she is a regular here, for good reason. And there's the Nubarak start. Okay. So, Stukov or not? If you have a Nubarak on the other side, you know that they're thinking at least about Stukov. But I don't know what Team Ash was trying to do. I mean, think about it. Team Ash was maybe looking at this saying like, okay guys, we're going to try and get our Anduin again. We're going to go for the Genji and Anduin combo. But if they do that now, then on the other side we got the Nubarak Stukov. So they decide to go for Hanzo's, for Bishop's Hanzo, which is one of his top 3 heroes. And together with that we have Blaze on the side lane now. Which would now allow Team Copium to go for, first of all, Stukov, so that they have a follow-up on the stun from a Nubarak. They got the Lurking Arm out. And then some good damage. They need someone that can pack a bit of a punch. Could be Li Ming. There she is. And we get Lucio together with that. Alright. Nubarak and Li Ming. Yeah, Li Ming would have been a pretty decent pick for Team Ash as well. I mean, oftentimes you see Li Ming as a bit of a counter pick to a Nubarak because the Disintegrate burns down the cocoon very, very quickly, and you're always going to win that trade. Now, normally Disintegrate isn't picked, so pretty much the only case where you would go for Disintegrate outside of like very specific compositions is when you're up against the Nubarak. Because, again, cooldown trade is just always beneficial for you. We got Urel banned, because Nubarak plus Urel is a pretty annoying combo to deal with when both of them start to engage upon you. So that's already gone. Urel and Nubarak has been a thing ever since Eastern Clash in 2017, I want to say. 2017? Was it 2017? I think it was 2017. I think so. Yeah. Maybe. But yeah, so that combo is just annoying as well. But yeah, Diablo gets banned too. Still got plenty of options, honestly, on the side of Team Ash. I mean, technically you could still go for that Garrosh and... what's her face? Zarya composition. I highly doubt that we're going to see that because it would leave you with Hanzo as the lonesome range damage dealer. It kind of works, but at the same time, you're more so focusing with Zarya than on Garrosh. I don't think that's going to happen. So Brightwing is the pick, and we get Sylvanas together with that for my try. If they get that Immortal, they can definitely push hard now. And Donato hasn't picked his tank yet, but he could still go for... I mean, there's plenty. You still could go Garrosh if you wanted to, but Murders, for example, open would be a decent pick for them. Don't really think that Varian necessarily fits, but honestly, you could still play him too. You have a follow-up stun from Blaze, and you have Brightwing's Polybomb, so both that works. Lulnara is in, and we get Rexa. Rexa is in the house, together with an Uberok. The final pick for our second game of the day. What's the front line looking like for Denado? Is it the Dwarf? Are we going to get a different pick from them here? Honestly, I don't think there's that many valid options out anymore. I think I covered most of them. But then again, I have the feeling again I'm missing something here. But it is, yeah, it's Garrosh, alright. So they go for Garrosh. And that leads us straight to Battlefield of Eternity. Last best of one of the day. Afterwards, we're gonna go into best of 3 matches, as already pointed out a bit earlier. So guys, once again, Battlefield of Eternity, we got Team Copium against Team Ash. More Battlefield of Eternity. On the left side in blue, Team Copium. The 5 shots of Copium. Unforgiven on Lunara. Marlo on Anubura, Casper on Orexa, we got Alfredo on Lucio, and Nano is playing Liming. On the right side of the map, Team Ash with Renella on Brightwing. We have Maitri on Sylvanas, Morenas on Blaze, Bishops on Hanzo, and Denado is playing Garrosh in the second game of the day. Nothing too crazy on the level 1. We got the Bird of Prey over here for Rexa. We got also the Hyper Shift in for Brightwing, but we don't see anything crazy. So at the top, Misha gets attacked right away, clawing her way out of that little predicament that she found herself in just a second ago, but still alive. And now down at the bottom of the map, while we're having a pause, we have a 2-4-1 split right now. Okay. Yeah, by the way, while this is all playing out, the one thing I wanted to also already mention earlier, is anybody out there playing Wordle? Like, everybody that I know and their grandmother is currently posting on Twitter their Wordle thingies. So at the beginning, I had no fucking idea what that even was. So I actually looked it up, and I started playing, and I played it for 3 days in a row now. And I always see this Twitter trend where people are sharing their failures, and I'm like, how fucking bad are you? I'm not even a native speaker, and I have not had any problems with any of these word puzzles, even once. I mean, I every single time crushed them in a maximum of 4 tries. I'm always like sitting there, like, is that now a regular thing? Is that all popping out every single day? Like, right now, I honestly don't know how people can even struggle with this. I'm always browsing through these mentions where people are like, oh my god, this isn't even a word. Like, how do you solve this? And I was like, what are you doing? It's fucking crazy. And I don't know what happened there, but this thing is so insanely popular right now. Again, my entire Twitter timeline is full with it. Like, so many people that like post that, and I'm still waiting for the first hard one. I'm just sitting there, it's like, alright, I finally get it while you guys are struggling, so it's a little bit crazy. But yeah. Sorry, but I had to get that out there because that was a little bit weird. I mean, if you haven't tried it yet, check it out for yourself. This thing is called Wordle. You just like Google it and you find like a website. There's a puzzle every day, and it's super popular. And I don't really know where the difficulty is thus far. I really don't. But yeah, anyways. Whatever the problem was, I guess they probably had... most of the time it's some issues with Discord where they need to get communication in, somebody dropped or whatever. But yeah, game obviously just started, so most of the action is happening at the top. We have a bit of a weird 1 versus 1 lane at the bottom with Lunara and Hanzo. And yeah, here we go. But at this point, Jet Propulsion connected. Morenas needs to be careful because he was the only one that went forward. Everybody else was trying to retreat here. Denado is already going up against Alfredo. Alfredo is still my favorite. Alfredo. Mamma mia. Alfredo al dente. It's me. It's Mario with Alfredo. I don't know. Ich habe gar kein Auto. Oh god. It's too good. I don't know why, but that nickname always gets me. It's probably his real name too, but yeah. Good old Alfredo. I love that guy. So yeah, Alfredo's zipping around here, trying to annoy them a little bit. Oh, no, 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 no. No, no, no. Not like this. Alfredo's in trouble. We can't have that. Here comes the fight. Uh-oh, everybody's low. And Nubarak in particular, but Denardo... and he's dead, and he's not the only one. Denardos, Garrosh, and Hanzo. They got all crushed immediately. Big fight victory now for Team Copium. Oh yeah, they're coping pretty well with the situation here, I gotta say. 2 kills to 0. Level 4 against level 3. And now they're starting to burst through the bot lane. The asset of Lunara is helping a lot. She's tripping. So right now we got mad damage in the early stages. Rexa at the top lane, on the other hand, goes down. So yeah, Brenella moving in, helping Morenas out. Definitely did the trick there. So they got 1 kill. But our boy is already on it. Look at him. He's already here. Alfredo. Oh yeah. He's already in action. Level 4 on both sides now. But again, the structural damage at the bot lane is definitely a bit of an indication that Team Copium is doing well early on in the game. So off we go. We got our camps. Shaman camps are getting attacked again. All timed around the objective. Again, if you're in a bit of a lower league, then always keep a bit of an eye out on when exactly these camps are taken. For some of them, it doesn't really matter too much, and you want to take them off cooldown. But every single time that we're looking at these objectives, especially the camps on Battlefield of Eternity, are incredibly important. You need to take them just before the objective spawns, or just as it spawns, so that you create some pressure on the lane. And I think our boy's in trouble. Yep, Alfredo's down. Lucio bites the dust. And that is another kill against the blue team. So they're starting to lose a bit of ground after all. Bishops and Mitra at the bottom are in the meantime burning the Immortal down, with success I might add. They win the halftime show. And Morena's still trying to burn Bambi away here, which so far hasn't really worked. But yeah, let's see. On the left side, they're trying to get the hits in there. And it seems like they're winning this. Depends a little bit on Hanzo. If he gets another rotation through, and he does, with the serrated arrows, then they can take it. And it's the red team that takes objective number 1. Still need to deal with that move at the bot lane though. Those pesky shaman camps right there. But Marlow is already sitting at the side. The blue team is not simply giving up on this one. No, 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 no. The combo of Li Ming is also hitting. Obviously on level 7 now. We have her straight with Calamity. Standard build for her. And at the same time, we get on level 7 now the Oppressor after Indomitable on level 4. Now this Immortal doesn't really do a whole lot of damage. Yeah, honestly, as far as Immortals go, that was pretty pathetic. Didn't even take the gate down. Maybe the minions can help with it. Lunara doing some work there. Alright, Denado's already hitting some boys there, and they can't get the kill. Garrosh does it all right. You know, he's lifting with the knees. It's always important that you lift with the knees, not with the back. We lift with the knees. And Garrosh, he is a master at that. I mean, he's just flipping people over their shoulders like, you know, that guy is working out. And he's also riding a dog with 3 heads. So going full Cerberus on us. What else could go wrong? Bot side, camp about to be claimed by the blue team if nobody else moves in and helps out here. And it doesn't really seem like the red team is willing to engage. Ah, well, actually, now that I say it, we have the side lanes done, and there goes Lucio again. Lucio is dead, and Nubarak is also gone. Another flip and a beautiful idea. But it did not work out for them. The flip on Blaze, the jet propulsion right after. Couldn't connect though. Still forcing them back and able to take the camp now at the bottom. So, I gotta say, Team Ash, they're fighting their stride. Especially now that they're killing Li Ming too. Taking her down right away. And with the help of Sylvanas, they can now go... maybe not quite for the entire fort, but they can do some good damage. And that's all that they need to do here initially. Especially since they've now taken the rest of the wall down. So after the early victory on the last round, seems like Team Ash is getting a bit ahead here again. They took down the first fort of the game. They have a slight lead in experience, half a level ahead. And all the way up at the top, the blue team is trying to at least trail in damage. But Anubarga hits once, gets attacked, and will have to dive out here, and does. Denado was trying to get him, but went a bit deep and nearly got murdered by those turrets. Then again, we have now level 10 ready for them. So they got heroics, but the fight over the Immortal is on. Arrows for bishops. Well, we still defend the camp at the bottom of the map. But no place for the Immortal just yet. Here we go. There's Sylvanas already sitting right there at the front. Doing some work together with Bishops, who's keeping himself a little bit farther back. So the bow duo over here. Slowly firing this out. But here's level 10. And there's some boars that can be unleashed. And we also got the poke from Lunara here from a distance. A little flip, the taunt attempt. Brightwing with the help. Misha even going deep. But they got the Immortal nearly to 50% here. Still have to play this out though with some poke from Nano in particular. So that's what they're going to try and do. Yeah, and Misha a bit too deep. Misha is down. Jet propulsion. Oh yeah, that arrow. Straight to an A. Narrowly missing the target. On its way to an A right now. I mean, honestly, this thing could go all the way to Alaska. Like, that one went deep. Yeah, they try to go for the cocoon on Garrosh, but our boy is back. It's bunker time, baby. Yeah, but they still haven't really burned this thing to 50% HP, so they're still trying. Team Ash is looking to force them back here, as the blue team is just not giving up. I mean, they're really going for it. Nano is looking for some side lane engages against the squishies and is trying to run one combo after another. That hasn't really happened yet. But yeah, with 5 kills to 2, the kill count goes still to the red team. But here comes the Nubarak engage and the kill on Sylvanas. The counter kill on Alfredo. My boy doesn't make me proud today. Alfredo does not make me proud today, I gotta say. Nope, our Italian Lucio player is having some real trouble. Yeah. A bit more pasta, mamma mia, more pasta for Alfredo. He definitely needs a bit of carbs. The man is running out of energy. Another arrow, and this one hits, but it only hits Misha. They're trying to go for the kill, and they get him. Rexa goes down. The man with the mask eliminated. I'm Batman. Actually, we have 2 men with masks. We have one here on the mariachi mask over there. I mean, honestly, it might be a little bit of a sexual thing for him. If you dress like that in battle, then something is seriously wrong with you. The boots alone. Nice dodge on the cocoon with the Indomitable, on the other hand. That was pretty sexy. So, good job. I'll forgive you the boots, my friend. Anduin is jealous, by the way. 7 kills to 3. But that was well done. Blue team tries to re-engage and moves in with a quick cocoon, and that gets denied instantly by Denardo just saying, nope, not on my watch. Nope. Comes in, dodges the cocoon. Now they got another Immortal. They barely won it, by the way. Tiny shield at this point. And here we go. The top lane pressure is in. They're trying to get the second fort. 4 kills ahead still. Alfredo is dancing around it already. And Rexa's at the bot lane. I mean, our boy has to come back to the top soon, or he's going to be having a big problem here. Here's the next hit, and they force them back completely. I mean, the entire time they were playing a numbers advantage game too. I'm actually, if anything, a little more surprised that they're already falling back here, considering that they're so close to level 13. Would have had a chance to go straight for that. So, yeah, let's go. Down at the bottom of the map, there's already our thing. 13 is ready. And they can go for another camp. Now, the blue team is doing their best to fight their way back into the game. They need to bridge that gap in experience to make sure that they're getting the next talent here. Technically speaking, they haven't really lost anything too crazy yet. The forts are still both in place, so that's good for them. Down here, they get one of the 2 camps, but they still have to deal with the Nado. And they're all on the retreat. They don't want to fight. The arrow, Misha once again hits it. But that put Nubarak in a bit of an awkward spot. There's the taunt, and that was well done. Nice coordination from the red team as they are getting the kill. Easy. Good job. So Morenas and his boys, they can now invade the Shaman camp, can steal that away. That's actually in and of itself a pretty neat move. Even if that camp doesn't do any damage, it won't be available for the blue team during the next objective. So there's that. There's an advantage then for Team Ash because they can take their own camp and will still force a reaction out of the blue team. They themselves will be fine. Alright. And let's go. Then, yeah, here's the objective. And this is exactly what I was talking about. They can now take their own Shaman camp. Blue team doesn't have one any longer. They still will have to react to this. So that already gives Team Ash a small advantage. In addition to that, we have on both lanes still forts standing for the red team, which means that they also have access to fountains there. Oh, Jesus. Anubarak, no! Anubarak is dead immediately. I mean, that boy doesn't really have a lucky day here, does he now? 3 deaths already. Him and Alfredo, they're getting a little bit crushed. Oh, no! Alfredo, not like this. Rushes into the arrow. If not for that, that would have gone far and wide. But the arrow hits hard. They're not losing a second one, but they're getting completely forced off the red team's Immortal, which allows now Team Ash to go for an easy halftime show. But yeah, Lucio definitely misread that a little bit. Moved straight in and soaked the hit. Yeah, that hurt. Yeah, and of course there's pressure on the blue team now. Blue team is in a very precarious situation where they gotta be careful now that they somehow get their way back into this before 16 hits, and they're trying to kill Denado, but Brightwing helps out. Cocoon on Blaze. He still has the bunker up though. Don't think that they have a chance there. Yep, there it is. So already we have it. And another quick hit on that. Yes. They take down Misha, and still this camp. I've been talking about the camp earlier, and this is still doing some work. I mean, the outliers of it. But of course, by now, we have 16, just only half a level away. They're trying to go for Lunara over here, and the Immortal gets burned down with ease at this point. So yeah, nicely done. Let's go. Oh, that double stun actually was pretty neat. Another arrow though. Bishops locks them in. But for some reason, he is hitting Nisha more than anything else. They finally get the kill on Li Ming as a counter kill to what happened to Garrosh here. The Immortal is also taken. And now we have a 50% shield. And Alfredo with a quick move onto Anubarak just as he was about to be killed. So yeah, able to save him. But now level 16 is ready for Team Ash, and they got a 50% shield on the Immortal, which should now result in them at least making a serious play. Well, I was just about to say making a serious play for the opponent's keep, but then again, Garrosh is still dead. And by the time that he's back on the map and on the left side, this is gonna become difficult. So that keep is not gonna fall. They will open the wall up, but I don't think that they can go all the way here and destroy the keep. They might not even be able to scratch it, because the numbers advantage is definitely a huge benefit now for the blue team. But well, Garrosh is nearly here, and the Immortal is not completely gone yet. 17 to 15, 2-level lead. And here comes another arrow, and this one hit hard. Bambi got absolutely wrecked by this one, but good saves from Lucio. He moved in and was able to keep everybody at bay. And here comes another move for Anubarak. The Cockroach is getting absolutely destroyed today. No chance here whatsoever. The Cockroach just gets absolutely murdered time and time again. Pokes its head out and then just gets crushed. 12 kills to 4 and the keep gone. It's actually kind of impressive if you think about it. I would not have bet anything on the keep being destroyed here with Garrosh initially gone. But they are making it happen. Now Misha is getting attacked again. She doesn't like it. Why would she? Hanzo is going for a camp at the bottom of the map. The rest of the team moved to the top side, trying to test this one here. And yeah, they're doing well. I'm really surprised that they were able to do this well at the bot lane. That arrow from Hanzo connected nicely. Honestly, it was Lunara that was mostly in danger, but as you could see, some of them were moving out early. So if not for that arrow, I think they could have defended that keep for sure. But that threatened so many players that everybody had to back off, and of course then you expose that keep completely. But Team Copium, yeah, these arrows are everywhere right now. It's like, seriously. Poor Lucio. Lucio is just sitting there, the arrow just gets thrown out. I mean, Bishops is giving them away at this point. He's just like, arrow, no cooldown, let's go. Every time. Nano is hoping for some resets and some kills maybe with a good engage from the side, but that doesn't really seem to happen here either. So now we still have a 2-level lead for the red team, and with the next Immortal now spawning, they are still the ones that can go straight away here for the camp. At the bot lane, this one is going to be defeated soon, but it's getting a bit crazy. Bishops is crushing it. He had one big miss on the arrows, but outside of that, he's pretty much connecting them whenever he wants. And he's on a 20-second cooldown, so soon enough we're gonna have another one for him. So let's see what they can do here. Bottom of the map, Blaze has nearly dealt with it. At the top, the keep is already getting attacked by the catapult here. So there's definitely a timer on what the blue team can do at this point. Can't really send anybody to the top left just yet, or they're going to lose out on another objective, and they really cannot afford that to happen. So here comes the kill on Misha. They're already forcing them back a little bit. Camp is arriving at the top, and boys, this is not looking good. Catapult has at least been eliminated by the minion wave, but this is going to cost them Camp eventually. Nice dodge on the arrow, I gotta say. That one is still flying. Yeah, but with only half a level to 20, there's another problem for Team Copium that they will have to face off against soon. So yeah, they're really in trouble. I mean, they're now of course trying to force something here, but time is working in favor of the red team. Halftime show that might be victory. Wailing arrow already came out. There's a re-engage with the epicenter. They're trying to go for the kill. Sylvana's a bit low. She's not the only one, but they're turning it, and they're killing Lucio once more. Brightwing gets wrecked. My try. He's getting murdered by Nano, but Li Ming also falls. The resets have done a lot of good for them, but 3 heroes dying on the blue team side, and now Lulnara just desperately trying to hop away here. Attacked by the minions too, and finally getting murdered by Blaze, who goes for the stake, immediately burns it to a crisp. The top keep has already fallen. The core is under attack, level 20 in their hands. And Team Ash, they are trying to go for another victory here in Battlefield of Eternity after they already decided the last round's game in their favor. They want to go on to the semifinals of today's tournament, and it doesn't seem like Team Copium can stop them. And Uberak gets killed once again, 5 deaths on him and Lucio, and that is game, everybody. Team Ash with a victory against Team Copium on Battlefield of Eternity as they move on to the semi-final of X Cup Winter Qualifier number 5. GG.